Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Math Pad, and today we're going to solve some complicated questions for simultaneous equations. So if you look at the first question, it says solve the simultaneous equations. You must show all your working. So if you remember the previous video, we did not have like fractional terms in the equations. We just had linear equations with whole numbers and stuff. Over here, we have an equation which is a fraction where it says y equals to x over 2, and in the other one it says 2x minus y equals to 1. So the methods are still going to be the same since it's so asking us to solve it algebraically. So we're going to use substitution or elimination. For this question, I'm going to use substitution. So I'm going to write all the steps in case you missed out the previous video. Step 1 for substitution method is to choose an equation. So we have equation 1, we have equation 2. So in the system of equations, we have two equations, and I choose equation 1. Then the step 2 will be choose a variable. Variable from your chosen equation. So if you look at the first equation, which is y equals to x plus 2, I'm going to choose variable y. Okay. So what I'm going to do is once I've chosen my equation and I've chosen a variable from the chosen equation, I'm going to substitute that variable in the second equation. So what I mean by that is, second equation is 2x minus y equals to 1. I'm going to replace y with basically this equation. So what we're going to do is, since y equals to x over 2, I'm going to write 2x minus x over 2. So as you can see, y became x over 2. And now the entire equation is in terms of just one variable, which is x. So once we have made the substitution, step 4 is solve for x. So when I say solve for x, that means I'm going to solve this equation and find the value of x. So 2x minus x over 2 equals to 1. Since I want to get rid of the fraction first, I'm going to multiply the entire equation by the denominator, which is 2 over here. So what's going to happen is 2 times 2x minus 2 times x over 2 equals to 1 times 2. 4x minus x equals to 2. As you can see, we've gotten rid of the fraction, and 4x minus x is 3x. X equals to 2 by 3. Since x equals to 2 by 3, last step, step 5, will be find y. So y we know was x over 2. So we substitute x equals to 2 by 3 in this equation, which means y will be 2 by 3 over 3 over 2, sorry, which is y equals to 2 over 6, which simplifies to 1 over 3. So that is your y value. And if we look at the next question, It says solve the simultaneous equation, same thing. For this case, I'll use elimination now. You can use either of the methods unless they've specified in the question that you have to use that particular method. Then obviously you have to use that method. Otherwise, you can go for substitution or elimination. No problem. So equation 1, equation 2. So for elimination, step 1 is choose a variable that you would like to eliminate. So I pick X. Step 2 is make the coefficients equal for the chosen variable. So if I highlight the chosen variables, in the first equation, the quotient of x is 1/2. In the second equation, the quotient of x is 1. So as you can see, they're not the same. And in order to make them the same, it's easier to target the fraction. So let's just get rid of the fraction by multiplying this entire equation by 2. So we'll do 2 times 1/2x plus y equals to 8, which would give us 2 times 1/2x plus 2y equals to 16, which is x plus 2y equals to 16. So this is the second step. Third step says add or subtract the equations to eliminate the chosen variable. So since our chosen variable is x, and our first equation is now x plus 2y equals to 16. Our second equation is x minus 2y equals to 2. We are trying to eliminate variable x. So if you remember from the previous video, when you're eliminating like the variable, chosen variable, if both the variables are positive, then we subtract it. Because if we were adding both the equations, then x plus x will become 2x. We won't be getting rid of it. So in order to get rid of the x, we will subtract both equations, and then x minus x will give us 0, whereas y would still remain in the equation. So if I do x minus x plus 2y minus negative 2y equals to 16 minus 2. X minus x is 0, plus 2y plus 2y equals to 14. 4y equals to 14, and y equals to 14/4, which can be simplified to 7. Now step 4 is find x. You can pick either of the equations to find the value of x. I'll choose the second one because it's without a fraction. It would be easier to solve. So x minus 2y equals to 2. X minus 2 times 7/2 equals to 2. X minus 7 equals to 2. And x equals to 2 plus 7, which is 9. So x equals to 9 and y equals to 7. If you have any questions about either of the questions or anything related to simultaneous equations, just let me know in the comments below.